Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Kerbal Space Program with Durka13. That is me, Durka13. In the end of episode 9, we put this lander in orbit around Minimus. A little disclaimer for you. I'm actually going to pause it here. A little disclaimer for you. My game crashed while I was recording this episode, episode 10, and I lost pretty much everything. So what I had to do is I had to take this lander and put it back into orbit around Minimus. I couldn't get the same scientist we had because the names are randomly generated. So I just brought Bob Kerman along with us. He'll be okay though. So if it looks a little different, I apologize. For some reason KSP does not get along with my computer, but here we are. We're in orbit around Minimus for episode 10, and we are going to land on this son of a bitch rock this episode. So I hope you guys are ready. Sorry about that. So let's resume game. The first thing we're going to want to do is go over to MechJeb here, tell it to go to surface mode and surface horizontal negative. What that's going to do is, I'm going to close up the magnometer here. What that's going to do is kill our horizontal speed, which you can see right here is 166.3 meters a second. So let's go ahead and tell our engine to do that. So we're going to kick it up, and we're going to bring the horizontal speed here to as close to 0 as we can. I don't know why my computer doesn't like KSP. It's crashed a couple times while I was recording, but I righted it the best I could for you guys. I want you guys to see everything here. My favorite Let's Players show almost everything, and that's something I want to do. There we are. Our horizontal speed is now 225 millimeters a second. Give me 1 sec, guys. I just got a cough. I'm going to mute my mic. Alright, there we are. Sorry about that, guys. We are going to do an EVA right here. Get a little extra science. There we are. And board. You know what? It probably wouldn't hurt if we did an EVA and take the data and store the data. There we go. Alright, so now, MechJeb. Please lock us to vertical negative. What that's going to do is keep us pointed up relative to the terrain below us. We're going to put out our landing gears. There we are. We're ready to land, guys. Let's go ahead and fast forward till we're about 5,000 meters above the surface. Looks like we're going to land right on this little hill here. It's less than ideal, but we'll make it work. Alright, close enough. So now our surface vertical speed, our surface speed is 80 meters a second. We're going to go ahead and burn some of that off right now. We want to land at a nice comfortable maybe 2 or 3 meters a second. That would be perfect. Nice gentle landing for Bob Kerman here. So let's just burn off as much speed as we can for now. I have ground scatter turned on. It's a graphics setting, so you can see as we get closer to the surface, you'll see little rocks and such, and hit a little too hard there. So now technically we were going up, and now we're going to start going back down. So MechJeb will right itself. So we're falling at 10 meters a second now, which is much more controllable than the 65 we were falling at. Doing EVA here. Let's get that out of the way real quick. There we go. Bum bum bum. So I hope you guys are enjoying the series. I'm having a blast playing this. I've probably done Minimus landings and moon landings probably half a dozen or more times at this point, but they're still so much fun. Alright, so let's go ahead and time warp. It's only going to let us time warp to 3,000 meters above the surface. That should stop us. There we go. I picked up some speed. Let's go ahead and kill that speed. Nice and slow here. Out of curiosity, if I were to do a crew report here, just a space near Minimus, So we're falling at 24 meters a second now. And we are 2,200 meters above the ground. Excellent. We might land right there, which would be nice if we avoid the hill. Bum, 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 bum. All right, falling at 12 meters a second. I like it. We're 2,000 meters up. Bum, bum. Let's go ahead and kill the engine. And we'll just get a lot closer to the ground. I think once we hit about 500 meters, we will be pretty safe to then, you know, turn on the engine and kill the rest of our speed. Bum, bum, bum. We're on the sunny side, so we have, oh, you can see my old flag here. That's kind of sad, but whatever. Stupid game. I can't believe it crashes the worst points. I think it was episode 4 it crashed. Right after we did our first orbit around Kerbin. We were coming back into the atmosphere and it crashed on us. We're 1,100 meters up now, falling at 30 meters a second. Nice and safe. And I think this is going to be a pretty good landing, guys. Let's go ahead and give it a couple ticks of gas here, just to kill some speed. Burning almost no delta V. We have over 1,000 meters a second of delta V left in this tank, which is going to be fantastic. Kick it up another notch of gas. And it's just playing this little game. Stepping on the gas pedal and taking it off so you land nice and gently. Bring it down. Sorry about that, guys. That was my phone. Hopefully I won't get hit for copyright there. Bum, 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 bum. 160 meters up off the surface. Alright, guys. I hope you're ready for this. Falling at 2 meters a second. Nice and slow. I like it. Bum, bum. As soon as we hit the surface, we're going to get a ton of experiments going. Four meters a second. 15 meters up. There we go, guys. We have landed on Minimus. Tell a smartass to turn off there. That way it's not trying to twist us in different ways to keep us relative to the surface. We're just resting purely on our gears now. But that's it. We landed on the surface of Minimus. Fan-freaking-tastic. I love it. Minimus, of course, is made out of mint ice cream, as you will see in some of the experiments we run here, which we'll go ahead and start doing now. Atmospheric pressure scan, 60 science, awesome. Crew report for 25 science. Magnometer, it's got to redeploy. There we are. 25 science from the magnometer, nice. Material study and mystery goo. 125 science, 50 science from the mystery goo. 125 science from the mystery goo. Wow. And here's the flavor text here for you. While the material samples were processed, you began to turn your thoughts to how much Minimus looks like a mint dessert. You have now discovered that you are hungry. So, as you can see, Minimus is made out of mint ice cream. Keep the data. We'll do a temperature scan for another 40 science. Awesome. We are going to toggle the magnometer here because we're about to get out of the ship and touch the surface with our actual Kerbin feet. EVA. We're going to do the EVA from right here. We're going to take all of our experiments and store them, which we actually already have this one, so. Alright guys, you ready? One small step for Kerbal, one giant leap for Kerbal kind. Let go. Falling, 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 falling. There we are. We are now the first Kerbin to walk around on the moon of Minimus. We could do an EVA. There we are. We'll overwrite the existing one because we already had that. 40 more science. Awesome. And like every good space exploration going with every good space exploration, theme here. We're going to plant a flag. Awesome. There's our flag, our trippy flag. You can barely see it there. Site name. First Minimus landing. Ish. Because technically we did land here before, I just lost that recording. Stupid game. And we are in the Greater Flats. That way we can see from space when we look at this flag. This is the Greater Flats here. Plaque text. Mint ice cream. Alright guys, that's pretty awesome. We are landed at Minimus. Actually only about 5 kilometers away from my original landing too. Not too shabby. So, we ran all of our experiments. Let's go wander around. Give it a nice big jump here. Oh yeah, we can hit R to turn on our jetpacks. Look at this. Flying around Minimus. Pretty awesome. It's worth noting that you should be really careful when you do fly around Minimus here, because if you go too fast, you could start ragdolling and it'll take forever for your Kerbal to right himself. There's our ship off in the distance, guys. Look at that. Alright, let's fly back to the ship here. The jetpack controls are kind of a pain to learn as well. There we are. Bum, bum, bum. The gravity here is just so low. If we were just to give this a regular jump, turn off our jetpack here and I'll show you. Just a normal jump. We fly higher than our ship. And now we're falling at over a meter a second. Uh-oh. And he still didn't ragdoll. Nice. Let's get back into our ship. Oh, one more thing worth noting. When you are doing EVAs and you're using your jetpack, you do have EVA propellant up there. Right here. So, keep that in mind so you never run out. We're going to turn on our jetpack and go back to our ladder here. Grab onto it. And board. Guys, we've scienced the crap out of the Greater Flats Minimus. Now, something we should think about doing, maybe we can get on top of this hill right here. And that could be a different biome. Food for thought, right? I think we should try. I'm going to go ahead and do it. It's a little risky, but I think it'll be worth it. So, first of all, we are going to do a quick save, just in case. That's to load. We're just going to do that. We're going to call it quick save. Save. Just in case. And let's go ahead and kick on our engine. Now, it's worth noting, we're going to have to go a pretty decent height in the ground here. That way, we'll have time to kill our horizontal speed and then our vertical speed. So, let's go ahead and go up. We can start leaning over. Cure rotation, please, MechJeb. We'll kill our engine now. Tell MechJeb to go to negative horizontal speed. Now we're just going to float to the top of this hill. I think that should be good right here. We'll kill our horizontal speed. our horizontal speed is 79 millimeters a second. Mech Jeb will now lock us to kill our vertical speed. And now we're falling back to the surface. Hoping this will give us a different biome. Kick on our engine, kill a little bit of speed here. Bring it down to 1 tick of gas. We are still gaining speed, so we'll bring it back up. Landing on a hill could be kind of tricky, but I think we'll be okay here. We're 36 meters above the surface. 20 meters above the surface, falling nice and slow at a meter a second. There we are, guys. That is another biome for us. We're going to do a crew report from Minimus' slopes. Keep the data. We'll EVA. Get our EVA report just above Minimus' slopes. We're going to take all of our data and restore it. We can take our temperature data, take our pressure data, take all of this data here and put it back in our landing pod. We do have magnometer data as well. Go ahead and store all this back in there and board. Apparently we already have one of the experiments. There we go. We have plenty more to do now. Atmospheric pressure scan. Magnometer, of course, takes a minute. Oh yeah, 25 signs, material, mystery goo, and temperature scan. 50 signs from the mystery goo, 40 signs from the temperature scan, another 125 from the Science Junior. Oh, it's so great. Toggle the magnometer here. Now, one thing, where is our orbital telescope? It's over there. We can't use the orbital telescope while we're on the surface, but I just wanted to make sure we didn't have anything stored in there. Let's do our EVA report. Still thinks we could do one here. We'll go down and collect all of our experiments again. Of course, we are using Bob Kerman. He's a scientist, so he can reset these experiments for us. Thank you, Bob. Take all the data and restore it. And let's fall to the surface and get our EVA. EVA report. Overwrite. 40 signs from Minimus' slopes. And of course, we're going to have to plant another flag, because it'd be stupid not to, right? Our engine's gimbling a little bit there. That's kind of strange. Plant flag. Minimus slopes. Still want some ice cream. Bah. Durka13 cannot spell. It's really weird referring to myself in the third person, especially not using my actual name. I'm sure at some point I will just give up and start using it, but keep it a mystery for now. Jetpack on. Grab onto our ship. Take all the data again and store it. And board. Alright guys, we have science from 2 different biomes on Minimus. It's fantastic. I'm tempted to go up the rest of this hill, but I think it's only going to be slopes. So I'm not going to. I think we're going to go back into orbit and head home. I think that's going to be our safest bet here. But that will happen in episode 11. Everybody, thank you for watching. This has been it for Let's Play Kerbal Space Program, episode 10. And again, what a monumental episode 10. This has been Durka13. I will check you next time. Take care, everybody.